Hi guys, this is How to Play Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. This is one of my top 10 fingerstyle songs for improver guitarists, but this one's quite easy. Just one main riff throughout the full song and then kind of easy chords with a C chord and a G chord in it. So very, very doable. Looking at the principles of fingerstyle guitar playing and getting a few songs under your belt. What's better than that? So let's get straight in for the close-up. Please subscribe and check out the other fingerstyle songs that are coming every week on this channel. This is How to Play Fast Car. This is an ever so slightly easier arrangement of it that I think all of you guys are going to really love. It makes it substantially easier to really get the feel of the record, and we need to start off with a capo at 2nd fret, very importantly. You can play this without a capo, it just won't sound correct to the record. So I'd really recommend a C major chord. This is with a capo at 2nd fret in standard tuning. Okay, we don't strictly need the 3rd finger down, which does make it a lot easier for a lot of beginners, especially when we're doing little hammer-ons and things. And we're going to begin by having your thumb on string 4, your 1st finger on string 3, and your middle finger on string 2. This is in keeping with the orthodox method of fingerstyle, where we're going to assign fingers 1, 2, and 3 to strings 1, 2, and 3, like this, and then your thumb is going to go between any one of the thicker strings. This is the way that I would teach what I would call the orthodox method of fingerstyle, which is the easiest method and also way the most common, definitely the most common. And we're going to start by plucking those 3 strings, so thumb, 1st, and middle together. Okay, but we're going to begin with the 1st finger open, and we just hammer on that 1st finger. And in the tab that is on my website, that is shown by a tie between those 2 notes, that little line between them. Hammer on the 1st finger, pluck those 3 again, so those 3, and then 3rd finger for the 2nd chord, which is a G chord, goes to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and we play those same 3 notes again, same 3 strings. So these fingers have not moved from these strings, they're just doing those 3. And that is the first move of this little riff, and it's in many ways the most important. It already sounds like the record just from getting that, and most beginners should be able to handle that, no problem. One more time. C major 7, hammer on the 1st finger, those 3 notes again, and then playing the G5, nice and easy. Then we play just the middle finger, and then there's a move where we play the 1st finger. Remember, they're always assigned to these strings, so when I say middle finger here, it's always string 2. When I say 1st finger, it's always string 3. Now at the same time as we play the open string, we're going to slide the middle finger up. Don't get too paranoid about the slide for now, but it does actually help. This kind of, you'll hear it in the record, and we're aiming for, when we've got the capo at 2nd fret, you want to get to the 10th fret, which 12th fret is here, and that's where my double dot is, because that's where the F is, so that's 2 dots are there. Middle finger, or 3rd finger, sorry, at 10th fret of the 2nd string again. So it's just come from 3. And you want to just keep the same pressure on, and I think it's really worth just doing it a few times. Now there's a method to doing this, which is very important. The method is you need to look at 10th fret when you play this string and as you're sliding up. So now I'm looking here and I slide up and I move to where my eyes are looking. So I'm looking here, I pick, I slide, and I stop my hand or my finger when I get to that 10th fret. If you follow it as you go, you may overshoot it or undershoot it. So you need to... Okay? And we really want to arrive there at the start of this sort of second bar. So when we get to 8, we're going to pluck with your thumb string 5. And that's with the first finger. Without paying attention to the capo, we're actually at 9th fret there. Now on the tab, because we're using it from open position, it will say, that this is the open string, so this is 8th fret and this is 7th fret. But I like to, when I go for higher fret numbers, because we're using the dots, I'm going to call them exactly what they are, what they're seeing. So that's why there might be a discrepancy when you look at the tab that's available on my website, but this is the best way to learn it, I believe. So this is actually 10th fret, and this is literally, that fret, not paying attention to the capo, is 9th fret. So let's have a recap. That's where we've got to so far. Fingerstyle and this entire style of guitar, you need a little bit of patience with it because we're doing a lot more intricate things than we may have gone for, or you may have gone for before on my channel. So if it feels like, oh wow, that was such a lot of detail for 1 bar's worth of work, the whole riff is only 2 bars long. So we're halfway through it already. Let me show you one more time. That's where we're to. One more time, really slow. Pluck, hammer, pluck, 3rd finger on the G, pluck the same strings. Middle finger first. Sliding, actually 10th fret, actually at 9th fret. Then we play, there's a hint of the 8 again, and then that moves to 7 for the next chord, and this one's at 5. Okay? Again, this is accurate to the tab that's available on my website for this arrangement of it. And then that's the whole thing. Now you could do this with your little finger to make that stretch easier. So rather than first and little finger, rather than first and third. However, when we get to the next bit, we're going to need to use that little finger. So that's what we're kind of prepping you for at the moment. So let's just have a recap from the start, and then we'll just look at this second bar on its own, which is the trickier of the two. C major 7, so without the first finger. Pluck again. G. 1, second finger, first finger. We slide to 10th fret, first finger at 9th fret as they are, okay? And then from here, pluck those two together. Pluck the middle finger again, and then moving to 7th fret and 9th fret, forgetting about the capo when we're up here, okay? It's actually 7th fret and it's actually 9th fret. And then you pluck those two, and then it's middle finger to the open. And as happens in Blackbird as well, we play the open third string to cover the moving up and down. So when we get to loop this, and we have to take our fingers off to move back to the C chord, we still have that open third string ringing out. So if you just look at this second bar, I can get back to this C chord, we have that open third string ringing out all the time, and that's what you really want to make sure is happening, because if it doesn't, everything sort of comes to a sudden stop and it doesn't sound as sweet. It doesn't ring out as well, and strings ringing out, strings ringing out are kind of the beautiful thing about this riff, especially when we're sliding up to higher notes, okay? For the variation, which happens on the third repetition, nothing different at all until the second part of of bar 2, where we'd play just these two together, middle finger and first finger, and thumb, sorry. Middle finger and thumb. And then with the middle finger you keep plucking, and we are hitting the actual 12th fret, so this is 12, so it's a little bit of a stretch. And you do want to keep your first finger down as well. And then we move down to where we would normally go. One more time. This is where we're probably, especially you guys that have watched my channel for, you know, maybe a few months or a couple of years, you're probably getting more of a stretch in your hand than you have previous. You might want to even stretch it out quite a little bit, okay? So kind of pulling your hands down, against the wall, anything like this. Any sort of good hand stretches or stretches for guitarists. It's a really good thing, because this is more taxing than most of the stuff that we've done, certainly from a stretching point of view, more taxing than we've done on my website. My finger stretching exercise kind of goes like this, and we move fingers both ways. This is, again, a really good one. Even just playing one at a time, that's very similar to this, but that's what some of you may require to be able to nail it. That second bar one more time. And then it would finish as normal. And that repeats throughout all the verse, and the only time we have a variation of that is really the chorus and then just the finish. And the chorus strumming pattern is down, down, up, down, up. The most common strumming pattern ever, and it's for the C chord. Driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was driving. E minor, and we're going to go for an E minor that we have done before. And we're going to go for a standard E minor and a standard D chord. Okay, so driving in your car, sped so fast I felt like I was going down, down, up, down. Had a feeling that I could be someone, be someone, be someone. And we move on from there, okay? So that's down, down, up, down. The strumming pattern for that part. A great tip here is rather than, oh crap, I've got to pick up my pick halfway through a song where I'm finger picking, if you have your fingers together like this, you can strum with the nails. Or you can use your first finger basically just strum with the nails. You could even like have your hand as if you're holding a pick, if it makes it feel more stable. And that second part of the chorus, and I had a feeling that I belonged, and I had a feeling that I could be someone, be someone, be someone. And to finish, it is just the first part of the riff and let ring out. So very, very cool, guys. If that was a song that you can do after a bit of practice, you know, give it a couple of weeks, give it a few days if you can do it. A great song to do after this is either Falling Slowly, and that's going to be another song that I'll be teaching. Or Blackbird as well. Blackbird is tougher, but if you felt you could do this one, it is a great progression to go on to. And if you really struggle with everything, my fingerstyle course is exactly what you're after, and that will be released in September of 2017. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Check out my full beginner's course and hundreds of free song lessons at andyguitar.co.uk. And thank you very much for watching again. Bye for now, guys.